Hey, this is Chris Kraft. I'm going to do a quick teaching for you today on mental health and something that is going to help you apply principles that are biblical principles from scripture, but at the same time, it's practical application that's going to help you take away some stress and be able to feel empowered to take control of your life. And this isn't a professional video by any means. I don't have my extra lights up. I just wanted to do something real basic and laid back and comfortable to help you understand that you have more power over your emotional mindset than you think you do. So I call this principle the 3 hats, and I actually have a quick demonstration that we're going to talk about in a moment. It's based on Edward de Bono's book, The 6 Thinking Hats, where he talks through a group board meeting and thinks through everyone should have their own voices be heard at different times. So great book on leadership principles and things like that. But his basic idea is there are times and places for different things to be talked about and for you to be able to take application based on what those feelings and emotions and facts are. For example, he talks about the white hat and says the white hat is about facts. It's about what is happening, not good or bad, not feelings based, not hunches, not intuition, not even creativity, but just the facts, man. Just the facts. The black hat is about things that are going wrong in an organization. And we're going to talk about an organization, but then we're going to come to you and I here in a moment. In an organization, there are things that are going wrong, and he calls that the black hat. So when we're wearing the black hat, we're talking about things that are going wrong, that are causing stress. And when we take the black hat off, it is now no longer time to talk about stress. So a good leader will explain to his people, when I take the hat off, it's no longer time to talk about those things. Now it's time to talk about the new things. So moving from one mindset to another. Now we do this subconsciously as people. And by the way, the gold or yellow hat is about gratitude. And we're going to get into all these here in a moment. But the main thing I want to show you is this is a really good personal exercise for 2 really big things. First of all, it's awareness. Awareness. Most people walk around wearing the black hat, and using headphones, it's really hard for me to put this on. But most people walk around their lives with a negative, complaining, stressful view on life. They have the black hat on. They're not aware that they even have the power to take it off. And they're not even aware they're wearing it half the time. They just have a negative view on life. Now, and by the way, side note, this is not about thinking more positive and thinking less negatively. No. This is what is in control of your mind. What hat are you choosing to wear? Are you choosing to look at the bad parts of life? Are you choosing to focus on the things that are causing you stress? And very few times do we ever intentionally put on a hat of gratitude. So what does this look like in the individual's life? Well, first of all, let's just walk through a simple practice that I encourage people to do. And I personally believe that you should do this maybe in the mirror, or you could do this going through your car. You should give yourself permission to say, okay, I'm going to focus on the white hat. In fact, let's just do it this way. Let's say you and I are coaching. I'm a professional coach for a living. Let's say you and I are coaching, and I'm going to say, tell me about your week. I do this all the time in my coaching, and I say white hat only. It's hard with wearing this. So I'll tell them, let's wear the white hat. What happened during your week? Just the facts. You're not allowed to complain. You're not allowed to tell me negativity about blah, 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 blah. You're just telling me, how was your week? What did you do? What happened through the week? Well, I met with this person. I paid this bill. I did this. I did this. I did this. You can spend unlimited amount of time with the white hat just thinking through it. Then after we talk about what you did in our coaching session, I'm going to say, now, I'm going to allow you to wear the black hat. Side note, this is very important. I used to not teach the black hat was important, but then I recognize we need someone in our lives to release frustrations to. Now, some people call it venting, and they just wear a black hat all the time and vent to everyone. Here's the most important part of the black hat. It must be limited. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 says, bring every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ. You can control your mindsets. So you have to be aware there is a time and place to wear the black hat, to share stress, but you must limit it. and then you take it off. So what I'll tell people in my sessions is for 60 seconds, I'm going to allow you to tell me everything that's causing you stress. And I just allow them to unload on me. I allow them to share. I call it verbal vomit, not meaning to be too crude, but I tell people unload all of the stress on me, but you only get 60 seconds. Then after that, I take the black hat off and I say, stop, no more complaining. Now we're going to wear the yellow hat, and eventually I want a top hat that glitters and shimmers and everything else. But right now I have a yellow ball cap. But the gold hat is about gratitude. Now, here's the phrase I want you to remember. The more specific the gratitude is, the more powerful it is. If I just say thanks, that's not very powerful. But if I say thank you for the way that you express yourself in an honest, kind way, I appreciate your kindness and your gentleness in the way that you respond. Isn't that more powerful? So what we do is white hat, facts, black hat, negative, stress, yellow hat, specific, gratitude. So in a coaching session, I tell them, wear the white hat, unlimited time, tell me about your week. Black hat, 60 seconds. And over time, by the way, I limit it to 30 seconds because maturity is not needing to wear the black hat as long. Put that in your mind for later. And lastly, I say, let's spend some time on specific gratitude. Tell me something that you are grateful for in your life and be very specific about it. And then we'll spend as much time as we need to on this. So what does that do with someone? First of all, it teaches them to become aware of their thoughts. You need to become aware of what you were thinking on a consistent basis. After that, it empowers them to make changes to their thoughts. You can. Eventually, this is what happens, and this is the same every client. I'll tell them when we're first getting started, wear the white hat and tell me about your week. And they'll say, and they'll have to think about it. And then immediately afterwards, I put the black hat on and say, now tell me black hat. And they just go. You know what maturity is? Is over time, 3 months later, 6 months later, I put the white hat on and they go. And they put the black hat on and they say, I know right then they've achieved personal growth because they're not automatically trying to focus on the stress. They're able to control the mindsets. So that's what we're looking for. Awareness of what hat am I wearing, and control, empowerment to control, to change when you notice you're wearing the black hat. When you become aware, I've been complaining to myself. Sometimes we do this to ourselves. You were such a failure. You haven't done well. You can't do your finances right. You can't do this right. Maturity says, hold on, I've been wearing the black hat for too long. And I'm not even getting it out to someone. I'm just stirring in the black hat. You have control over it. First of all, by the way, if we didn't have control, the Bible wouldn't be full of verses that talk about controlling the way we think. The Bible's full of verses. I'm sure that someone will get with you about the specifics. Philippians chapter 4 and Proverbs chapters 1 and 2. The Bible's full of verses. Ultimately, for you to have a more fulfilled, satisfied life, your thought processes must improve. You must become aware, and this is just a simple little physical exercise that explains or describes a mental and spiritual exercise. You become aware, you become empowered to make changes in your thoughts, and you will see a dramatic change in your life. We'll talk to you next time.